Hello student, good morning. I welcome to you YouTube channel of Jesus and Mary Academy. Today I will teach Geography of Standard 10th Chapter 2 Soil Resources. The remaining part of this chapter I am going to teach today student. How are you? First I going to start the remaining part from which I have left to teach to you. Laterite soil. Laterite soil, I am going to tell about the word laterite has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. Laterite soil is the typical soil of the monsoon type of climatic region. Laterite soil is also residual or sedimentary soil. Laterite soil is formed by weathering. It is formed under the condition of high temperature and heavy rainfall with alternate wet and dry period. This soil is an example of leached soil. Leaching is a process by which nutrients in the soil are washed away by heavy rains into the lower layer. The climate of India is suitable for the formation of laterite soils. They are found in patches over the peninsular plateau region. They are of two types. One is upland laterites and second one is lowland laterites. Actually, they were formed over hills and due to heavy rains, they were transported by stream towards lands. During periods of heavy rainfall, the nutrients get percolated below the ground level, leaving the topsoil infertile. This process is termed as leaching. Desertification. Laterite soil is formed due to leaching of the soil. The soil is porous and of coarse texture. Laterite soil is unable to retain any moisture, hence it is not fertile. Even alkalis are leached away, making the soil acidic in nature. It is poor in nitrogen, lime and magnesium. Even potash is leached away, leaving the soil rich in iron oxide. It cannot retain moisture and high content of acidity makes it unsuitable for agricultural purpose. As the soil is durable, so they provide valuable building materials. Region where this soil is found. Laterite soil are mainly found in the hilly region of Western Ghats, Kerala, Vindhyas, Satpuras, Malwa Plateau and Goa. They are also found in the hills of Assam and Meghalaya. Crops grown in laterite soil. Laterite soil cannot retain moisture and high content of acidity makes it unsuitable for agricultural purposes. It suits only special crops like cashew nut, tapioca. However, nowadays some plantation crops like coffee, tea are being successfully carried out in this soil by using irrigation and fertilizers. Land with laterite soil in low altitude areas are used to grow paddy. In high altitude, tea, coffee, cinchona and rubbers are grown in this soil. Red soil, the figure has been given the student. Understand black soil, alluvial soil and laterite soil. You know about red soil. How much percentage of in red soil found in India? 16%. Alluvial soil, we know student about 40% of the total land areas of India. Now student, I am going to teach about soil erosion. Soil erosion is the removal of topsoil by different agents like water, wind, waves or even landslide. The soil forming process and erosional process are the two continuous processes. There should be a balance between these two processes. Sometimes such balance is disturbed by natural and human factors, which can lead greater rate of removal of topsoil in a few years. There are two agents of soil erosion. One is the wind, another is the water. First, student, I am going to tell about the soil erosion by wind. Erosion of soil due to wind is natural process. It results in the movement of soil from one location to another. Wind erosion can be caused either by a light wind that rolls soil particles along the surface or by a strong wind that lifts a large volume of soil particles into the air to create dust storms. While wind erosion is most common in deserts and coastal sand dunes and beaches, certain land conditions also cause wind erosion in agricultural areas. When wind erosion is most common in desert and coastal sand dunes and beaches, certain land conditions also cause wind erosion in agricultural areas. When wind moves soil's particle measuring 0.1 to 0.5 millimeter, the particles move in hopping or bouncing manner. This phenomenon is termed as saltation. When wind moves soil particles measuring more than 0.5 millimeter, the particles move in rolling manner. This phenomenon is termed as soil creep. The finer soil particles that measure less than 0.1 millimeter detach and remain suspended and can be seen in the form of dust storm. Second one, soil erosion by wind. So, soil erosion of soil by water can be of various types. One is a sheet erosion, second one is a reel erosion, gully erosion, leaching, sea or shore erosion, stream bank erosion. First, I am going to teach about sheet erosion. During heavy rainfall, an area where there is no vegetation covers the rainwater instead of sinking, stimulates the erosive power and washes the top soil down. In this erosion, large areas of fine soil have been removed, which is very harmful. It is a slow process of eating away the soil. Are you understanding, student? Next, I am going to teach about reel erosion. In this type of erosion, finger-like reels begin to appear on the landscape. Over a period of time, the fine reels increase in number and become deeper and wider. This reduces the area under cultivation as well as yield of crops. Third, gully erosion. Gully erosion takes place on the steep slope of the hills when there is heavy downpour of rain. The soil is removed by water flowing along definite path down the slope in channel. It is called gully erosion. The gullies become wider and deeper, forming deep ravines and finally leading down to the bedrock. A region where there is a large number of deep gullies or ravines are called badland. Example, Chambal Valley in Madhya Pradesh, which is agriculturally unfit because of excessive gully erosion and is known as badland areas. Next session I am going to teach about leaching. After the harvesting season, some farmers leave the soil bare for short period of time. If during this phase there is a rainfall, The nutrients from the soil percolate below. This process is termed as leaching. Next, shore erosion or sea erosion. The coastal rocks get eroded by tidal waves which continuously dash against coastal rocks. It is very common in the eastern coast where cyclonic storm and floods are very common. Stream bank erosion. In the banks of the stream or rivers get eroded every year by continuous flowing of water. During flood, the erosion takes a serious form and gradually bed of the river widens. Soil erosion due to human action. First, deforestation. The forest cover in India was 7,01,673 square kilometer in 2015. In other words, the percentage of forest cover to the total geographical area was 21.34% in 2015. Large parts of forests are being cut down for agricultural purposes. Cutting down of trees leave a lot of land bare, which in turn leads to, for instance, cutting down trees in slopes led to sheet erosion, which gradually led to rill erosion and then finally to gully erosion. Grazing and shifting cultivation. Uncontrolled grazing by cattle also removes the top vegetation, leaving the soil prone to wind and water erosion. People in many areas also practice shifting cultivation, which also lead to soil erosion. Human factor. Man is also responsible for soil erosion. In many parts, people practice unscientific method of cultivation and do not take proper precautions for the conservation of soil. Deforestation. Deforestation and overgrazing are also important cause of soil erosion. By practicing contour cultivation, crop rotation, tracing the problems of soil erosion may be solved. The human settlement. Much of the land is used by us, humans, to build houses, rails, roads, bridges, and so on. The removal of vegetation for these purposes also cause soil erosion. Areas of soil erosion in India. Outer Himalayas, that is Shivaliks, river banks, northeastern region of India, arid areas of Rajasthan, South Punjab, hills of South India, that is Nilgiris. Soil erosion is caused due to various actions in India. One is a population, second one is a monsoon, overgrazing, farming techniques, and topography. First, I am going to teach about population. You know, student, that the forest cover of India is about 20%, but the population of our country is about 1.3 billion. More and more forest land is being cut down for building shelters for the settlement of population and for growing crops. So the growing population of country is the main reason for soil erosion in India. Monsoon in India bring in most the rain for the country. Almost 3/4 of the rains is received by the country during this period. The rest of the period, the country remains largely dry. This affects the soil and leads to its erosion. Overgrazing. India has the largest number of cattle in the world, but most of the cattle graze on open field, thus leaving the topsoil exposed to inundation an agent of erosion. Overgrazing is again one of the important causes of soil erosion in India. Farming techniques. Though India is largely an agricultural country, the farming techniques used by most farmers are traditional and insufficient to restore the quality of soil. Fertilizer used for soil is inadequate, and types of cultivation techniques adopted by farmers have led to soil erosion. We know Indian farmers use old method of cultivation. Topography. Land is northeastern part of India. The Shivaliks and the hilly region of India are subjected to soil erosion because of heavy rainfall in these steep slopes. Reasons for soil erosion in India. The dry areas of state of Rajasthan, Gujarat and Haryana. Again I am going to make your revision. The rigorous soil of area of Maharashtra, the plateau region of Chota Nagpur, the Piedmont region of Western Himalayas, the Tapi Sabarmati Valley region of Gujarat, the valleys region of Chambal Yamuna rivers. Now I am going to teach about prevention, that is conservation of soil. How to conserve soil? We know student, it is very important for us to preserve or conserve the fertility of the soil and prevent erosion. Almost all life on the earth depends on the soil. It may take 1,000 years for the formation of a layer of soil about 2.5 centimeter thick, but it can be washed away in a few hours by different erosional agents. So we should conserve this precious asset for our betterment. These are various methods of soil conservation. First is the terrace farming. Terrace farming. Slopes are more prone to soil erosion. Sheet erosion occurs most frequently in slopes. The soil in slopes are subjected to sheet erosion and rill erosion. To prevent this erosion from hilly slopes, terraces act as bunds. That is terrace farming we have to do. By doing this farming in hilly region, we are able to control soil erosion. This prevents the running water to flow down the slopes. Shelter belts. In flat land, farmers often plant trees around their farming plots to prevent wind to sweep away soil from the farming land. These shelter belts are also termed as windbreakers. That, for example, in hilly region, if farmers do the plantation of coffee and tea, they plant oak tree before planting coffee and tea plant. The oak tree act as a barrier and breaker of winds. Contour plowing or contour bunding terrace. Contour plowing. It is similar to terrace farming, but the difference is that farmers plow along the contours to prevent water runoffs. Here the contours act like bunds. The plowing is done at right angles to the slope. The ridges then break the flow of water down the hill. Contour bunding are the important method to check soil erosion in hill areas. Plugging of gullies and ravines in dissected areas and ravine land are the methods of check soil erosion. Strip cropping. In this prevention measure, crops are grown in every alternative strip, leaving the adjacent strip vacant. These measures help in prevention of erosion of soil due to wind. Construction of dam across the stream helps in regulating the flow of water and the check floods. Dams are usually constructed in the upper course of the river to prevent flowing water to erode soil. Plugging gullies. Gullies erosion are prevented by plugging them. During heavy rain, gullies are plugged by depositing silt. Planting of shelter belts. Belts of trees and shrubs should be planted to check the velocity of the wind where wind erosion is prominent. Planting trees. Trees act as windbreakers or shelter belt. Trees are also planted in forest land, wasteland, hilly slopes and edges of fields to prevent soil erosion. Conservation. Soil conservation scheme. Soil conservation scheme is extremely important for us. If soil is not conserved, then the topsoil and its mineral nutrients may erode away, leading to its loss of fertility. Soil erosion may also lead to lowering of underground water level, occurrence of phenomena such as drought or landslide. Government of India has incorporated soil erosion scheme from the first 5-year plan. The scheme have been able to identify problems and formulate a plan and then implement them to prevent soil erosion and improve soil cover. Integrated watershed management. It is central government scheme launched to connect rivers in the 6th 5-year plan. This program was adopted for catchment areas of rivers that are flood prone. The government has identified 8 flood prone rivers in the Gangetic Plain. These rivers flow through 7 states and 1 union territory. The scheme aims to enhance the ability of catchment and reduce erosion. Reclamation and development of riverine areas. In a state government initiative and was introduced in 1987 in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. The objective of this scheme is afforestation of ravines, reclamation of shallow ravines and bunding of land. Control shifting cultivation. Northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Mizoram, Manipur, Meghalaya, Nagaland and Tripura have implemented measures to prevent shifting cultivation. In these hilly states where many farmers used to follow shifting cultivation. Many families in these states have been practicing shifting cultivation for centuries. The government is taking necessary measures to settle such families and encouraged them to practice terrace farming. National Project on Development and Use of Fertilizer and National Project on Quality Control. It is central government initiative and was adopted in the 7th 5-year plan. It encourages the use of biofertilizer and latest irrigation techniques. Rainwater harvesting. Many urban areas had adopted rainwater harvesting measure not only to conserve water and recharging ground but also prevent erosion of soil. One again, student, I am going to remind you importance of important soil of India. One is the black soil, second one is a laterite, third one is alluvial soil, and fourth is the red soil. Again, I am going to tell about importance of the soil. Black soil formed by the weathering of lava rocks, moisture retaining properties or hold the moisture. Second, black soil rich in minerals and contains potash, lime, iron, carbonates of calcium and magnesium. Black in color, form cracks when dry and sticky when it is wet. Very fertile and suitable for many crops like cotton, wheat, sugarcane, especially cotton. Black soil is very fertile for cotton. Cotton is grown in black soil. Areas where black soil are found: western part of Deccan, that is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, western part of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. Second student, I am going to teach about alluvial soil. Alluvial soils is the fine soil deposited by rivers. This soil is rich in potash, clay and lime but poor in nitrogen and phosphorus. This soil is very fertile and suitable for many crops like rice, wheat, sugarcane, cotton, oilseed, etc. Areas where these soil are found: northern plains covering Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Brahmaputra Valley, and coastal plains. Now student, I am going to teach about red soil. This soil is formed by weathering of old crystalline rocks. This soil is red in color due to the presence of iron oxide and poor content of nitrogen, phosphorus and humus. This soil is suitable for agriculture and crops like wheat, rice, pulses, sugarcane, etc. Areas where this soil are found: most of the Deccan state like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. Last today I am going to teach about laterite soil. I am going to give the information again about laterite soil. This soil is porous, which silica has been removed. This soil is formed by the weathering of rocks in tropical region. This soil is red in color because of iron content of iron oxide and poor in lime. This soil is unsuitable for agriculture. We want to make this soil fertile, we have to use fertilizer. Areas where this soil is found: along the summits of eastern and western ghats. Now student, I have taught this chapter. This chapter is over. Please listen and watch this video attentively and make short notes in your copy. Have a nice day. I meet you in the next class.